What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Driving Professor. For those of you who are new to the channel, I am your host, Rashid. I'm a professional driver. I've been doing this for 22 years. And part of this channel is teaching people advanced defensive driving strategies that's not normally taught in the driving schools when people get their license and things like that. All right, so we're continuing with our police series over here because, again, it's a problem in society over here. And this is the new series, how to avoid getting shot by the police. But this is going to be a little bit different, and is how to avoid getting pulled over by the police over there. So how to avoid getting pulled over by the police. And let me change this real quick here. I'm going to change this. All right, there you go. There you go. How to avoid getting pulled over by the police. All right, so the title is eight ways to actually avoid getting pulled over by the police. So number one, give yourself plenty of time to actually get to your destination, whether that's going to work or anything. If you give yourself plenty of time. And I still kind of struggle with this sometimes in a sense, though. You don't have to be blowing red lights and really kind of taking chances that will actually get you stopped by the police. Number two, equipment violations. So things like headlights, brake lights, tail lights, and, like little license plate lights, things like that. Just make sure that, all this stuff is actually working. I see plenty of people out there on the road that can actually get pulled over by not having like a tail light out or broken tail lights. Get all that stuff get all that stuff taken care of, especially like with brake lights and headlights. You can get LED headlights, and those will last you about 3 or 4 years before they actually burn out, in a sense, though. That's the first thing I did when I bought my Jeep there, man. I got LED, I'm tongue-tied here, LED head tail lights. So that was in 2017, and this is 2021. They're still working. So that's one way right there. All right, so number 3, don't drive recklessly. See a lot of people actually doing this, using signals, safe lane changes. When you make a lane change, and I said this in one of my earlier videos, count 4 or 5 seconds when you make a lane change. Avoid actually getting stopped by the police there. Another thing, you guys, dark tinted windows. Why do this? Again, you're going to get stopped by the police at some point. Do not ride around with dark tinted windows. All right, number 5. Talking and texting on the cell phone. Guys, you guys and gals, you stick out like I don't know the metaphoric analogy. You stick out like a sore thumb when you actually do this over here. So don't talk and text on the cell phone. Get an earpiece or pull over. That's another thing, is that people don't move at these. When they're texting at a light, gotta blow the horn at them a lot of times on the phone. All right, number 6, making sure you have your tickets paid off or any kind of warrants and stuff like that taken care of. And this is the same thing with this Dante Wright thing, and he had a court date. He didn't show up, and it puts him in a tumultuous situation where he got himself killed. And now I'll tell a little story about myself. My brother was using my license. I think this is back in 2006, 2007, and he got some tickets up in Connecticut, and the courts actually, I think they put a warrant out for my arrest, or they was going to put a warrant out for my arrest. I forgot, that was so long ago, but I drove up there. My friend, he drove me up there. We took care of it to avoid being pulled over and being held at gunpoint and all this nonsense and getting arrested. We don't need that stuff, man. Take care. And even I got a parking ticket back in 2004. This is in Mahwah, New Jersey, and I didn't pay it. And They said, hey, if you don't pay, we're going to put a warrant out for your arrest. I'm like, over a parking ticket? A parking ticket? I'm like, Jesus, all right. So I paid it. Avoid, they run your plate. They can actually see you got a warrant. So, take care of your tickets. Make sure they actually paid off. All right. So, number 7, your tags, license plates, and things like that. Making sure they're properly displayed and visible. So just check when you get to your car, because sometimes I see people with, like it happened to me. I lost a plate, license plate fell off for whatever reason, or sometimes they can actually get stolen. I had that happen. Somebody stole a license plate of mine. So before you actually you get into your car, do a quick walk around of your car. Just make sure everything is properly displayed. If you have one of those, like you buy a new car, you get a temporary tag. Don't put dark tints on the windows like the Army lieutenant, in a sense, though, and where the cops can't see it, and then they actually pull you over. So make sure your tags is up to date, and they're properly displayed, and they're actually visible. So number 8 is identifying traps that police uses to actually pull drivers over. So I'll give you a couple of examples. Maybe I'll do a separate video on this. I'll actually get the dash cam out, and I'll show you how cops actually, the tactics that cops actually use. So 1 is speeding. 2 is actually in the morning time and rush hours. Look for any type of turns or anything like that. So let's say you have a single lane street and you're making a left turn. So usually when you make the left turn, there's a cop actually waiting right there to actually give you a ticket, for not making the turn in the right and in the proper lane. So that's one tactic right there. The other tactic is blowing red lights and things like that and stop signs. Usually the cop is actually sitting right there, right on the corner, waiting for you guys to actually do that. So just identifying like different tactics that police use to actually pull people over, man. So and that actually just goes back to number 1, and just giving yourself plenty of time to actually get to your destination, not being in a hurry. And doing these 8 things can actually mitigate the chances of you actually being pulled over by the police. All right, we'll wrap this video up. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Certainly share the video. When you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace.